Today I am going to start differential calculus. So in this chapter, the first topic is Taylor's theorem for a function of two variables. Already you know that Taylor's theorem for a function of single variable. The statement of Taylor's theorem for a function of two variables is as follows. If f of x comma y and its partial derivatives up to nth order are continuous, that means f dash dou f by dou x, dou f by dou y, dou square f by dou x square, dou square f by dou y square, dou square f by dou x dou y, that means second order partial derivatives. Similarly, third order, fourth order, up to nth order partial derivatives are continuous in a neighborhood of a point a comma b. So neighborhood means if this is a comma b, the points which are around this point a comma b is called neighborhood of a comma b. If a plus h comma b plus k be any point in this neighborhood, then there exists a number theta with 0 less than theta less than 1 such that. So in this neighborhood we are taking a plus h comma b plus k be a point in the neighborhood of a comma b. In that situation, there exists a number theta such that 0 less than theta less than 1. That means the value of theta lies between 0 and 1. Then this is the expansion of Taylor's series. F of a plus h comma b plus k equal to f of a comma b plus 1 by 1 factorial h into dou by dou x plus k into dou by dou y into f of a comma b plus 1 by 2 factorial h into dou by dou x plus k into dou by dou y whole square f of a comma b plus dash dash plus 1 by n minus 1 factorial h into dou by dou x plus k into dou by dou y power n minus 1 f of a comma b plus 1 by n factorial h into dou by dou x plus k into dou by dou y whole power n f of a plus theta h comma b plus theta k. This is the expansion of Taylor's series. Taylor's series of a function of two variables. So here the same one, here what I did means, here observe, everyone observe, f of a plus h comma b plus k as it is, f of a comma b as it is, 1 by 1 factorial as it is, h also as it is, dou by dou x of f is denoted by fx, dou by dou y of f is denoted by fy, 1 by 2 factorial as it is. Here I am expanding this one by using the formula a plus b whole square, that is a square plus b square plus 2ab. Here you can observe, whenever we are using a square, I am writing fxx. Next, whenever I am using b square, that time I am writing fyy. In the place of 2ab, here I am writing fxy. Similarly, we can write 1 by 3 factorial and remaining terms. We denote Rn equal to 1 by n factorial h into dou by dou x plus k into dou by dou y whole power n f of a plus theta h comma b plus theta k being the remainder after nth term, because this is the remainder after nth term. Why here they are telling after nth term? Observe, this is first term, this is second term, this is third term, this is nth term. That's why this is the remainder after nth term. The value of the denotation of this term is Rn. Next, let a plus h equal to x, h equal to x minus a, b plus k equal to y implies k equal to y minus b. So, a plus h value x replace, b plus k value y replace, f of a comma b as it is, 1 by 1 factorial as it is. H value is x minus a, replace fx as it is. K value is y minus b, replace fy as it is. In the next term also we are replacing h and k values. Then we are going to get this expression. Next, Maclaurin's expansion for f of x comma y. This is the special case of Taylor series. Here in this Maclaurin's expansion, the value of a is 0, the value of b is 0. Substitute a equal to 0, b equal to 0 in this expression, in this equation. Then we are going to get Maclaurin's expansion for f of x comma y. Observe, you can easily see. Simply I replace a equal to 0, b equal to 0. So whenever a equal to 0, x minus 0 is x square. Okay. This series is called Taylor series about the origin or Maclaurin series for f of x comma y. The remainder after n terms in this case will be, here also what I am doing. Observe, Rn is this one. A0, B0 means f of theta h comma theta k. Observe, here theta x, theta y. H means x minus a, but a is 0. X minus 0 means x only. That means theta h is nothing but theta x. Theta k is nothing but theta k. Okay. Next, further, if the Taylor series of f of x comma y is approximated to some terms up to a particular degree, the resulting expression of f of x comma y is called as the Taylor's polynomial. But observe, in some questions they are asking expand the given function up to second degree terms. That time you are going to get Taylor's polynomial. Obtain the Taylor's expansion of f of x comma y equal to x square y plus 3y minus 4 in powers of x minus 1 and y plus 2. Here you can observe we have f, it contains x and y terms. So we can easily find out Taylor's expansion by using the above expression. This one or this one or this one. We can use any one of these. So f of x comma y equal to x square y plus 3y minus 4. From the given data, observe this value is a. Here y plus 2 can be written as y minus of minus 2. That means minus 2 is b. Always we have x minus a, y minus b only. So after knowing a and b values, we are finding f of a comma b, that is f of 1 comma minus 2. Substitute x equal to 1, y equal to minus 2 in the given function. Then we are getting f of 1 comma minus 2 as minus 12. Afterwards, find fx. Fx means partial differentiation of f with respect to x. So here y constant, x square differentiation is 2x. This total term is vanishes because it does not contains any x term. Now find out fx of 1 comma minus 2. Substitute, then we are going to get minus 4. Again fy, here we are doing partial differentiation of y, f with respect to y. So x square constant for y1, x square into 1 is x square plus 3 into 1 is 3 minus 4 is 0. Find out fy at 1 comma minus 2. That means substitute here x equal to 1, y equal to minus 2. Then we are going to get 4. Similarly, find out f double x, that means partial differentiation of fx with respect to x. So, with respect to x means 2y constant, for x 1. So, we are going to get 2y. Find out fxx at 1 comma minus 2. The value is minus 4. Now, fxy, that means partial differentiation of fx with respect to y. So, with respect to y means 2x constant, for y 1. Otherwise, you can do partial differentiation of fy with respect to x. That time also you are going to get 2x as fxy. But y means you know fxy is nothing but fyx. Find out fxy at 1 comma minus 2. It is also equal to 2. Fyy. Fyy means partial differentiation of y with respect to fy with respect to y. So here you can observe fy contains only x term and constant term. That means fyy is 0. So find out fyy at 1 comma minus 2. That is also 0. Now this is the expansion of Taylor series. By using this expansion, we are going to find out Taylor's expansion of given function. F of x comma y, that is given function, equal to f of a comma b. Here we have minus 12, replace 1 by 1 factorial, a value 1, that's why x minus 1. Fx value is minus 4, substitute y plus 2, y minus b means y minus of minus 2, that is y plus 2. Fy value is 4. Here also 1 by 2 factorial, x minus 1 whole square. Fxx value is minus 4. 2 into x minus 1 into y plus 2 into 2 plus y plus 2 whole square, 0. 0 into anything equal to 0. So, after simplifying, we are going to get this as Taylor's expansion of given function. So, this is second question. Expand e power x cos y in a Taylor series about the point 1 comma pi by 4 up to second degree terms. Observe, here you are going to get Taylor's polynomial, because here in the question itself, the question contains up to second degree terms. Okay. So, this is A. What is the difference between polynomial and expansion means? Here we got dotted lines. That is Taylor's expansion. Here we didn't get dotted lines because here they only asked up to second degree terms. So, third degree terms we are not going to find out. So, A value 1, B value pi by 4. This is function f of x comma y, that is e power x into cos y. So, first of all we want to find out f of a comma b. Here substitute e power 1 cos pi by 4, but we know that cos pi by 4 is 1 by root 2. So, e by root 2. Here also we are finding partial derivatives with respect to x. The partial derivative at 1 comma pi by 4 is e by root 2. Again we find out fy, that is this one. Fy equal to fy at 1 comma pi by 4 is minus e by root 2. Here I am not explaining partial differentiation because all of you know partial differentiation. Fxx of x comma y equal to fxx of 1 comma pi by 4, that is e by root 2. Like this, I am going to find out fxy, fyy and also their values at 1 comma pi by 4. So, this is the Taylor series. Here we are writing only up to second degree terms. In the question they are asking, only find out Taylor's expansion up to second degree. Here second degree 1 plus 1 is 2, second degree, second degree. So substitute all the values here and simplify. Next question. This is f of x comma y. A is 1, b is pi by 2. Here also up to second order derivatives. F of x comma y is xy square plus cos of xy. So first of all we want to find out f of 1 comma pi by 2. Substitute x equal to 1, y equal to pi by 2. Then we are going to get pi square by 4. Here you can observe cos pi by 2 is 0, sin pi by 2 is 1. Find out fx by taking y as constant. Here observe y square as it is for x1 minus y minus means cos of xy differentiation is minus sin of xy. After that we want to do angle differentiation. Here xy is there. We are doing with respect to x. That's why y constant for x1. Similarly, when you are going to do with respect to y, x constant for y1. Like that, find out fx and also fx at 1 comma pi by 2. Find out fy at 1 comma pi by 2. fxx find out and also fxx at 1 comma pi by 2. fyy value find out. fyy at 1 comma pi by 2 find out. fxy do partial differentiation of fx with respect to y and find out fxy value at 1 comma pi by 2. Substitute in the Taylor series, then you are going to get and simplify, then you are going to get Taylor's expansion of given function. All of you do calculation part. Don't copy. Do each and every step by yourself. That means partial differentiation and substitution of a and b values. Then only you can understand. Simply writing is no useful.